NCLR Health Institute to tackle two of the programs that I've made reference to. One of them with NCLR, we're educating the students through a Photo Voice project, what we call Photo Voice Project. This project asks about 50 students within San Antonio, Texas and Chicago to compete in a 250 word essay, coupled with a collage of pictures as they define what healthy living means to them. These are middle school students. They're very excited about competing. The competition results in an exhibition. We invite leadership of both cities. This is happening right now. We would like to actually replicate this project in multiple schools because, again, it goes to the educating the student and bringing awareness. The component that follows that is training the parents to be promoters of healthy nutrition so that they could in turn enter a contest that reflects a program that actually manages a program to lose weight. Every single child will have a journal, what they eat will be monitored, and we've got our dietitians really involved with this program. It is a grassroots approach, but it is a grassroots approach that will provide results. And the idea is really to promote it through either white papers or make the media aware that in doing this, it is tangible results by having the children really tackle the obesity problem.
Yeah, in our focus groups, we learned that there are 5 elements that are challenges for our communities. And one is that traditions are really hard to change. And the information labels are very confusing and they're never in language. There's a limitation of time and money to do all of these things that, put a balanced meal on your plate. The programs aren't really flexible. It's either this or that. I mean, I hate this whole, it's very challenging even for those of us that are educated about nutrition. And then of course there aren't enough fresh food choices in many of our neighborhoods. What is unique about ours is that what we always say is you actually can continue your diet. For me as a Mexicana to give up my tortillas is very hard. But thanks to all these wraps, who would have ever thought, right, when we were growing up that the tortillas that would totally be in style. But what we do is we, as an example, ramen noodles. Every poor family, you see them, you go into any store and our families walk out with boxes of them because they're inexpensive. But I love this exercise because we take these ramen noodles and we read the labels and then they see all the sodium and all the things that are bad for them. So we teach them how to read labels, but you can't take ramen noodles out of our diet because they're inexpensive and now it's part of the tradition. But we help them develop strategies to use this product and take the sodium out, by adding small pieces of protein or vegetables or, boiling the vegetables and using that flavor, that kind of a thing. So, and then we never say no more tortillas or no more pan dulce. It's in moderation, it's a choice of this or this, and increasing water intake, the physical exercise. It isn't just for the kids, it's for the whole family. And because we are, such a close-knit family, when the kids start looking at what their dad is eating or what their mom is fixing when they're educated, that is, you're creating a culture of healthy living. of exercising. And it's all, again, in culture. We have another exercise where we all go to a buffet and we pick all of the food, and then we talk about where did the food originate? And then it turns out it's from South America and it's from Mexico, and they begin to value it because it's connected to our culture and our language, and it works.
You had a question there, please.
Good morning. I'm Karen Johnson with United Healthcare. And I actually just wanted to share some additional information that is very pertinent to the discussion here. And I heard someone mention Sesame Street. We have a partnership with Sesame Street. We kicked it off about 2 years ago, actually kicked it off here in the district with the Capital Food Bank. And what it is specifically geared towards families and food insecurity. And what is really unique about it is that it really is geared towards the children. And so what we have are different programs, and we have books, etc., that speak to using the Sesame Street characters, but speak to food insecurity and how to select healthy things and how to cook. And so we actually provide recipes, and we do cooking demonstrations with families to show them that even though they're on a very limited budget, they can still prepare healthy meals. What's really been just very rewarding about it is that we were able then to take and to put together kits that we distribute to medical professionals. So in over 26 markets, that's where we do most of our business around the Medicaid population. And so in 26 markets across the country, we distribute these kits to the providers, and then they can then share them with the families, and they have videos in them, they have booklets, etc. They're written in English and they're written in Spanish. And again, they are really geared towards the kids. So we're teaching the children how to select healthy foods, how to use vegetables. And then what they do is they engage their parents and they teach the parents. So one of the places that you could find more information about it would be if you go to our website, and I know I won't get it correctly, but if you look at United Healthcare Community Plan, that's the key, United Healthcare Community Plan. You'll be able to find information about our partnership with Sesame Street, and then you'll be able to see how to get more information. But again, we have distributed this information to healthcare providers in about 26 different states across the country.
And just to add to that, all of that is available online for free for viewing and download. So, you know, it's great to get that physical toolkit, and United did a great job funding that around the country. But it is available to anybody who wants to access it, and they are wonderful. And that was the very event where the kid didn't know where the carrots came from. I was there.
That's so cute.
Good morning. My name is Alicia Horton. I'm executive director of a local nonprofit here operating in Columbia Heights, and we provide services to the homeless community. My colleague and I are working with a community of clients who are essentially living off the grid. They are flying under the radar, as are their children. And I'm wondering if you all have any specialized initiatives, strategies to reach those communities.
Go ahead.
The great thing about these summits is that it's bringing such different actors across this policy sphere together. There's the practitioners on the ground, there's the research component of it, the public awareness component, and obviously our federal decision-making process. And though I can't speak directly to what you're saying, what I can say is how all of us work together is to protect the investments that are being made towards these programs. So I think we're going to hear a lot today about how to improve access, and but part of access is for those programs to be preserved. And so I think I would encourage anyone here to really, and you're going to hear this a lot, contact your members of Congress, reach out to your networks and let them know how those supports are important for your specific program. All of these pieces work together, and so I certainly want to thank you for the work you're doing.
And some of those programs that are available to serve organizations like yours The Child and Adult Care Food Program will reimburse meals provided to children and in homeless shelters and other types of shelters up to the age of 18. Sure. We also have the Summer Food Service Program, which operates in a similar way. The Child and Adult Care Food Program also serves, you can create after-school programs, and of course, if they are enrolled in school, which I know it's transient, but hopefully at some point they're in a school, they might be bounced from school to school, which is a whole other issue and problem, but they'd be eligible for free breakfast and lunch. So, I think it's important to be aware of those programs. I can't tell you how many people from organizations I meet around the country that say, I'm feeding kids all summer long, I'm giving them peanut butter sandwiches, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And if we could just pay for the food, and I'm like, yeah, we can pay for the food. We can reimburse your organization for providing those meals. And the same thing goes for after-school programs and programs in childcare settings. And so a lot of us know about them, but a lot more organizations don't. And they need a little help maybe in mediating with that state agency to sort of